What's up, guys? It's Frankie Finn here. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm the author of the book Beyond the Agency Box. Since about 2007, I've built 3 different agencies up to 100 plus simultaneous clients, and I've helped hundreds of people to live the whole laptop beach agency lifestyle. Whoa, extreme close-up. So I want to talk to you guys about something really, really important, which is something that affects how long clients will pay you, meaning they'll pay you like sometimes 10, 20 times as long if you do this right. And as well, it'll also affect how compliant and nice and easy to deal with your clients are, and it has everything to do with how you onboard. So let's get into it. All right, we're down at the beach. My peeps are just over there. I don't know if you can see them in the water, but we just went for a Friday morning beach run. We're down here in the bay in La Paz. Nobody's here. This is one of my favorite beaches because it's so damn quiet, although the tide's way out today. Like, what the fuck's up with the tide? So here's the deal, okay? First impressions of working with you, especially after the sale, determine greatly how long people stay. What most people are doing, by the way, is just trying to get access to accounts so they can run the damn campaigns and deliver results. There's this internal pressure. But I'll tell you, there's this missing piece, which is almost all clients go through a phase of buyer's remorse. And buyer's remorse, if you could hear their thoughts, they're worried that they will look foolish in the eyes of others having made a bad decision to hire, you or whoever else. And so what ends up happening is that when they have this buyer's remorse, there's a great amount of unease that shows up, or lack of certainty. And so one of the biggest things you can do is just remind them right after they made a purchasing decision with you that that was a really smart decision. So I'll tell you what our go-to is. We like to send a $50 edible arrangement. And we use a salted caramel apple. It has a little welcome note. It goes with some cookies. And imagine somebody hires you and now they're starting to doubt their decision. And then suddenly there's a knock at the door, and edible arrangements is fucking blazing fast, by the way. They often come in 3 hours or less. It's a knock at the door. It's like, what's that? And they get this thing, this unexpected thing. They're like, oh, there's cookies, and it's all delicious, by the way. It's super unhealthy, but nonetheless delicious. And there's a little note, and that just says, hey, I wanted to properly welcome you in style. Really, really excited to have you. I'll tell you, there's a hidden metric that shows up in this, is when you create that kind of wow client experience and first impression, where you see it is not in month 1. Your average agency, by the way, loses clients every 3 to 4 months. I've been there at the Churn and Burn agency. Ask me how I know, because I've done it. And what ends up happening is every 3 to 4 months, they got to prospect again. They got to build client roster up again. They got to sell. They got to, do proposals and all that stuff. You see the effect of your onboarding and first impression on month 5 and month 6 and month 7 when they're still paying you. I always say, if you go inside a Facebook group, nobody ever posts a screenshot of payment 13 from a client. It's always payment number 1. I just made a sale. Look how awesome I am. But an actual true test of your agency is payment 13. And what ends up helping you get clients to stay for a year is to really set the foundation. Results are part of what will keep clients. And a lot of people say, if I just get results, I'll keep clients. But I'll tell you, man, I've had clients, I've got 10-to-1 return on ad spend that fired me. And you get a little hurt on the inside. You're like, shed a little tear for that notion. You're like, cry a little on the inside because you got fired by a client who you're kicking fucking ass for. So in order to have this not happen, so much of it is actually the client experience. I mean, there's a couple of things that will really affect your retention. Another of those is how unique your service offering is. If it's really unique, you don't always have to look over your shoulder. If it's something anybody else can do, then you do. So that's just kind of a little bit of a rant, but I want to talk to you guys seriously, this first impression is so important. I'll tell you what else we do. I'm not saying you have to do this, is I'm a big fan of sending stuff by direct mail. Right? And so we also send a little welcome package out, just a letter, says we appreciate you, we intend to do an awesome job, want to welcome you in style. We used to do this one, by the way, I've since changed it, but we used to do this one that I really like. It would have our whole team, I took a photograph of us holding a blank sign, and then I would have one of the team members Photoshop in a handwritten font. It would say welcome client's name, and it would look like we all sat together and posed for, you know, just to say welcome to the client. And those kind of touches, and I learned this, by the way, from the top law firms, how they actually do this. I was in a mastermind at the top law firms, and they had like a gift basket, and they had a signed card from the whole team to welcome you in style. And how they would get the cards made, it was a factory, right? They would have the team like sign, like, you know, 50 cards in a row, just sign them all. And then what ends up happening is when the person joins, they just add the name Joe, welcome Sandy, and so forth. And so they would have this pre-engineered, like super awesome first date kind of welcome. And that's how you guys want to think about doing what you do, which is have an engineered awesome first impression that you can do predictably and process it and systematize it. And you will not see the immediate benefits of it, but what you'll see is clients are just a little bit easier to deal with, and they stay just a little bit longer. And it's one of those huge leverage points, because typically what happens is a lot of times they buy shit and end up really disappointed. So when you show up as the one who, instead of just buying and disappointing, but you actually, like, you know, instead work harder after the sale than you do just to get it, they're like totally blown away. And you'll see it in the form of like recurring money in your banking account at the end of the day, and happy clients who are easy to deal with. So hope that's helpful to you guys out there. That's all I got for you guys in this rant. Could go hang out at the beach here. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and may the force be with you.